Hey, Blue Collar Millionaires, Chris and I back. We got our buddy JC Height, super intelligent guy, a wealth of knowledge about marketing, SEO, branding yourself. He's done an incredible job for himself. We use him for search engine optimization for some of our companies. He's on Blue Collar Millionaire. We always are recommending him. We want to bring him on. He's going to be coming on every week at this time and giving actionable steps, 15, 20 minutes, right to the point, all the stuff you guys can be doing to get leads. That's the number one question we get is, how do I get more leads? How do I get more business? JC is the guy to talk to. JC, tell us a little bit about yourself, your journey, and then we'll start our first lesson.
What's up, brother? Man, thanks for having me, guys. I'm super excited to be a part of this group. I'm a good old boy from Arkansas, grew up in a construction family, 2.1 GPA, right? Nothing I'm going to tell you is the smartest stuff in the world, but was super blessed in business, had a couple of failures, and then finally started to figure it out. So we run a marketing company and work with predominantly businesses doing $1 million plus in revenue. But there's one key factor to this. We grew to about 150 team members within our organization with one salesperson. And the only way to do that is to try to get businesses to come to you. How do you get clients like inbound? How do you get them to call you? How do you get them to get referrals, right? And things like this. And so we built a brand, Inc. 5000 list now. This year will be our third year in a row. And like I said, about 150 team members in total. It's been up, it's been down. There's been seasons of profitability and unprofitability, just like everyone here listening. And but I'm really passionate about how do you grow and how do you scale. So we're gonna be talking today about branding a little bit, and then and we're gonna be talking about the downs and the up, because marketing, there's no guarantees in this crap. I mean, there's nothing. It's like the stock market. You throw it in and you hope for the best, and there's ways that you can position yourself to grow more sustainably, but it's not without risk. And so it's just important for us to have like really honest, real conversations about what this looks like. I'm excited.
Awesome, man. Pull up your presentation and let's get rolling.
Yeah, let's do it. And let me see here. So guys, today, again, we're gonna be talking about branding, and you guys can see a presentation here, and we'll different times we're going to bring this up in different ways and different highlights. But the deal here with branding, guys, is a lot of us, this is the cornerstone of how we start. How do we grow our brand within our community? And so I'm gonna give you 3 different points, and within those 3 points, there's going to be really one core objective in that on how to grow your brand, right? And we'll go through there. I got a couple of these boring slides here. I think one of the big slides here I want to show on, guys, is that if you do this right, what I'm about to show you, these 3 things, not only does it bring you leads, but it compounds the leads you get from somewhere else. So one day you're going to be doing SEO, you're going to be paying for it. And when those leads come and see you, they're going to go check out your website. They're going to go check out your social. They're going to go check out everything else. They're going to say, hey, this is a professional company that I want coming into my home when my wife's there alone. Or they're going to say no. Right? And so you're going to be doing paid ads. So your brand is so critical. You get free leads and then it compounds your paid, right? And so this is big important stuff, right? So I'm going to talk later on about this framework we use when it comes to growth, but really I'm going to talk about 3 pillars of growth. Your look, I want to talk about placements and a quick strategy that a lot of you guys can win on. And then we talk about social media specifically. And then I'm going to give a free AI chat bot system to help you with like creating content and things like that. That's super easy to use. Is that cool? Easy?
Yep.
Easy enough. My family, my hot wife. I got engaged to her in like 6 months because I tricked her into marrying me. And we've been married 11 years, a couple of kids. And so just so you guys know a little bit about us, there's some of our fun stuff. So all that, guys, we did it with one salesperson. Demi is her name. Sometimes we get shagged in this group, Demi and myself. Everything is about this one person because, again, we built this brand. But the reality is that how we were able to do that is we shifted from being a digital marketer, or in my case, like an ads person, to an actual marketer. So many of us, we have these different phases. And the more you want to grow, the more you need to become a marketer or a growth person in your business. So if you're a small town roofer and that's what you want to be, you want to do $1 million a year, you can be 95% roofer and 5% business owner. And you could do it. You could crush it. But if you want to go to 100 million in your roofing company, you need to become a 5% roofer and a 95% marketer or growth person, salesperson. You need to really focus on this engine. And so as you guys are growing and scaling, and I mean, Chris, you and Kevin are just like this, right? Like as you grow and scale, you got to really switch that mindset from over, right? So let's go through here. One thing I will tell you right off the bat, guys, if you're not measuring your data, you have to. So we measure everything, and you should too. Have your assistant or receptionist just go through every single day and tally how many impressions are we getting, how many looks, how many views on our website. And we got to see this stuff grow over time. If you're not keeping track of your data, you have no idea. I mean, you see these guys in the gym, they get really strong and really big, right? If they're not checking how much they weigh or their body fat, they're not going to get bigger and stronger. And you're the same way. All right, let's get into these three. Things. And again, with tracking here, you can start measuring these leads. You can start seeing. And if anybody wants like a good platform, you can comment below. I'll send you the platforms we use for tracking, no matter who you use with. So let's talk about your look, guys. What I mentioned before. When nowadays people are going, really quick whenever they look at something, they're saying yes, no, they're moving to the different thing. If you're a roofer in your community or an HVAC person, don't think about this so much in yourself. Think about if your grandma was in another state and she needed your service. What would you do? How would you go find someone? Well, you're going to pull up one or two websites and we're going to see like who looks more professional. Who's the man I want to call to go into my grandma's house and know that she's not going to be taken advantage of. Your look matters so much. In fact, if we look at these two logos, I mean, Chris, Kevin, you're here. If anybody in the chat, right? Which company would you just naturally probably choose over the other? Which one is more professional?
I would go to B, a softer feeling for me.
Softer feeling, right? Everyone is going to go to one side or the other, right? The one on the left, the one on the right, for me, seems more hometown. It seems more local, seems more present. The one on the left, it's completely different. If you go over here, which one looks more hometown?
B.
Which one looks more corporate or professional or expensive?
A. If I had my commercial building, I'd call A.
Yeah, right,
On the
right.
last
So
one too, I didn't answer. Yeah.
So let me ask you this. If you are a contractor and you want to build a $10 million home, which one would you probably call?
A.
Monarchy.
If you're in a small town, I live right now in Searcy, Arkansas, population 22,000. Man, we don't like richity, uppity folk, right? If we were in a small town, you may want something a little bit closer to B, right? In fact, most of us in the contracting space, our clients aren't the multimillionaires. Our clients are moms and pops. Our clients are people who live in 150 to 250,000 our homes. Right. And so you want to be conscious of this. So many of them, our clients, they come in and they want this really sexy, super sophisticated, nice website, but it sends the wrong message. It sends the wrong message. You need to have like your brand has to identify with who your audience is. Who your audience is, right? Okay, branding. I would encourage you guys to just really get with a design company, but ask questions. Go to your neighbors, like, what do you like better? What do you like better? Okay, we're going to move on. Placements. All right, I'm going to tell you guys a strategy. All right, so again, we're talking about how to grow our brand within our community. All right, and if I wanted to do this for super cheap, this is what I would do. Okay, and this has to do with your organic growth. I want you to start a little coalition between 10 businesses in your community. 10 businesses have websites. All right, you can do 5, 3, 4, whatever it is. Here's what you're going to do. You're going to get a roofer, a plumber, electrician, a contractor. Hey, guys, we're all going to come together, and I want you to hire a VA, $1,000 a month, wherever. And here's what they're going to do. If I'm the roofer and Kevin's HVAC, Chris is plumber, whatever, every month, my blog, I'm going to write an article about Kevin, and I'm going to like put his website in it. I'm going to ping him and talk about him. And then I'm going to write a plumbing, and then I'm going to write an article on every person and post it in my blog. Kevin's going to do the same. Chris is going to do the same. That VA should be able to do about, let's say, 100 articles per month, 5 a day. Now, what is this going to do? See, Google, we're going to be talking about this in our next session. How does Google actually work, right? But Google's going to see, wow, man, Kevin, there's people talking about Kevin's website and Kevin's brand every single day, every single month, right? And so you don't even have to post this. It's not necessarily about getting traffic. It's about building that relationship with Google. So a VA, $1,000, $100 each. Now you get, so as me and my company, I'm going to get 9 backlinks every single month pointing back to my website. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
make sense?
JC, where would these be
Easy.
posted? These are like blog posts or social media
Blog
or?
post. Yeah,
Okay.
right on the website. Yeah. Now, if they're really good articles,
Wow.
yeah, post them on social, go back and forth, right? But this is about we're going to engage with each other, because how all these platforms work is based on engagement. It's based on
Right.
engagement, right? So Google's not going to show your website if every time someone goes to your website, within 3 seconds they leave, because Google sees that. They're like, man, this guy isn't powerful. Google's not going to show your website on Google if no one is ever talking about your website. And nobody cares about this guy, right? And so this is about getting the conversation going from an organic policy, so to speak. So whenever I'm talking to a brand new roofer or someone below, 2 million in revenue, and we're talking about, man, how do we, or even 1 million in revenue, and we're talking about like, how can I do something really affordable? This is where I start. Don't hire an agency, start here, right? It makes sense?
So good.
Pretty easy?
So
Yeah.
good.
You're going to get content. This will help, especially if you're in a small town, this will help your social media ranking so much just by doing this alone. Easy enough? Easy enough? All right. And we're going to be talking actually more about this. Next week, we're going to talk about 2 fundamental things. How does Google actually work from like a layman's point of view? Like, how does it function? And how does social media function? Like, how does Google, why does Facebook show you sometimes and not show you sometimes, right? So we're going to talk about the algorithm type of thing. All right, social. You got to be starting posting on social. And I'm going to just tell you 7 things. I did have 6 and I added 1 just a few minutes ago, but 7 deals that you should be doing on a daily basis. It's not about necessarily making the best, sexiest content. It's this, think of this, guys, as like, I love the gym. And if I was coaching you on how to start in the gym, I would just simply say, go and do it. Don't worry about what you lift or how you lift. If you walk, run, crawl, or it doesn't matter. Just go. Once you start going, once you start doing these little 7 tactics, then we can start optimizing them as you go. But it's about going first. All right. So number 1, what I would do, guys, is again, Facebook and Instagram work on engagement. Okay. So the more people are engaging with my post, Facebook wants to show that post more. It's not rocket science, right? And so what I would do is every single time I'm coaching a roofer, a plumber, a contractor, whatever, I'm saying, hey, create a group chat in Facebook. All right, group chat or a text chat or whatever. Every time you make a good post on Facebook about your family, about your business, about an offer, you're just simply going to take that link and post it in the chat, and everyone is going to go like and comment. It's that simple. Because what is going to happen with the algorithm is Facebook's going to see like, wow, Bob made this post. Jim came and comment. Cindy came and comment. Man, there's a lot of engagement here. So what is Facebook going to do? They're going to show it more. It's really simple. This isn't rocket science. This could be your daughter, your wife, your cousin, but the more spread out it is from your immediate family, the better. Okay. Number 2, guys, consistency. Again, Facebook wants to show things Facebook wants to show things and create relationship between people where there's actual engagement. So every single day we're being consistent. It doesn't have to be anything crazy. It doesn't have to be a huge thought-provoking post, but we're posting consistently every single day. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, it doesn't matter the platform. They're all looking for this consistency. Number 3, and we're going to struggle with this, but 70% of the content, some say 75 or even 80, needs to be personal. It needs to be personal. I'm going to assume that every single roofer that, like if I search for roofer in Searcy, I'm going to assume that the top 10 roofers all can do the job. I'm going to assume that they're all probably within a realm of the price range together. The difference between me working with one over the other is first going to be brand, but the second is it's first going to be brand. But part of that brand is going to be the relationship that I see. Wow, they're a family. Man, they've got kids my age. Wow, they've got a dog and I like dogs. Wow, they're a hunter. They're a fisher. They like guns. They like whatever, right? And so 70% of your stuff should be about personal. We don't want to just see the businesses every day. So post about your wife, post what you're learning, post about the gym, post about whatever the case may be. 70% should be a personal, 30% needs to be about business. You still got to let people know what you do, right? Engagement. So I've got my Facebook open. And by the way, all of this should take no more than 45 minutes a day, especially once you get into a rhythm. Engagement. I'm going to go out and I'm going to comment on 15 other people's posts. Just open it up, go down the feed, find 15 people in my community, because that's where my business, and just boom it. Man, that's awesome. Oh, great pick with you and your daughter. Oh, wow, I love that business. That's really cool. Thanks for your feedback. Whatever the case may be, because here's the reality. If I go comment on Chris's profile, Chris is going to see that. It's going to pop up as a notification. Then Chris is going to like my comment. Now Facebook sees that we have a relationship. So guess what? Facebook's going to show my content more to Chris. Does this make sense? This is why, guys, when you go out and you friend request someone and you send them a friend request, you see their post immediately. Whereas someone you haven't talked to in a year, you're never going to see their stuff on social media. Never. You got to create the engagement. So every day I log in, I make sure my group chat is over here. I'm posting once a day at least, making sure 70% of it is personal. I'm engaging with at least 15 other people every single day. And then every day I'm adding people in my community, whatever my audience is, right? If you're in the state, awesome. Go really broad, right? I would stick with like chambers and organizations and people, but anyone influential. I'm in a small community. So I'm just adding people in my community, starting with, again, some of the most influential people, the church, anyone I'm connected with. I'm at least adding 5 friends a day. I have 5,000 friends on Facebook, and every single day I'm feeding these people out, right? I'm weeding them out. But again, this is all about building the brand. What is it? Chris, if you're a roofer and you want to hit $1 million in revenue, what's the average roof? Like $7,000 for a new roof?
Yeah, 7, 8 grand.
11. That's 100 and something roofs a freaking year. That's nothing. That's nothing. You can easily do that in a very small population, right? I love doing reels, and we're going to show you guys again. I'm going to spend like 5 minutes here giving you guys a ChatGPT that will help you create content, and it's so cool. I'm going to show it to you in a second. I like to post reels, videos. We are a video culture right now. So again, the more you do this, the more Facebook values you, as well as Instagram, so on and so forth. And they are pushing this more and more, right? And then the last one here is you got to post stories. So again, we're trying to rig this algorithm, which we're going to talk about next week. But if you do these 3 things, make sure your brand looks visually good. Make sure that you're showing up organically by using this content wheel experiment with 10 other people in your community. And then utilizing Facebook. I will tell you guys, you will be able to get to, in most contractor service industries, you can get to 1 to 2 million in revenue with barely spending any money. Now you'll want to start spending money because you're going to see like, wow, I'm profitable. I want to grow faster and faster because we're greedy entrepreneurs, right? We want to grow so quick, it's not even funny, but you'll be able to get to 1 to 2 million without giving me $1. Without spending any money on anyone, just by taking action and getting it done. Just by taking action and getting it done. All right. We cool if I show this little deal here? Is it any thoughts or questions on this, Kevin, Chris?
Oh, man.
We're keeping it broad today, guys.
I think this is
Love
very
Very good stuff.
action oriented. I mean, great content.
All right, guys, and we'll get more complex and different as we go here over the next weeks here. So I created this. Everybody knows what ChatGPT is. So this is a GBT, right? So this is a custom wizard that we created here at Height. It sounds really crazy complex, and I would like to tell you that it is. It's not super, but I'm going to show you how this works. All right, I created this document here that you're going to fill out. I'm going to give you this. I'll give you my personal cell phone number. You text me, and I'm going to send you this Word document. Okay, but you're going to get this Word document, and you're just going to fill it out. All right. So about your business, what industry you're in? I just filled this out a few minutes ago. I'm a roofing company that does replacements and new roofs for residential. All right. About your customers. All right. Bear with me. This is so cool. Who are your ideal customers? So I put customers, they're in the middle class, homeowners, they have leaks, damaged roofs. I mean, this is super broad, just basic questions. And I didn't punctuate. I left it out to show you how easy this is, right? Your goals, I want to increase engagement and awareness in Searcy, Arkansas. Your strengths, I've been around for 40 years, second generation. We're quick, efficient, and affordable. I don't know. Your style, I want to be friendly and funny, right? So again, just read the document if I send it to you, or if you want it, and just answer the questions. Previous experience. Do you have any experience doing videos before? No, I don't. What you're going to do with this, have you ever used this before, Chris, Kevin? Something
No.
similar?
Not this
All right.
format. Mm-mm.
All right, so you're going to just download as a PDF. You got the PDF. You're going to come over to ChatGPT. You're going to take that PDF, you're going to plug it in, and you're going to press enter. And watch this sucker go. Let me see here. Whoops. Cancel that. My keyboard works. How do I do? Refresh.
I like this though, because most of what you're going to get is based off your prompts. So you just broke it down in a very systematic way.
Yep.
This is great.
That's right. So, but check this out. This is nuts. All right. So this is going to first start out with hooks. All right. Because the hook is one of the most critical parts of the video. The first 5 seconds, someone's going to read it or not. So it just gave me 10 hooks, right? Why wait? See how fast we can fix a roof without breaking the bank. All right. I like it. I don't like it. So you're going to read through these. So we're going to say, Kevin, dude, from leaks to complete replacement, we're the roofing expert. That's stupid. 8 is dumb. Can you redo that one? Right? All right. Whatever you want to put here, right? You'd redo it, whatever you feel comfortable with. You could say, can I make number 10 more funny? I mean, literally, you could do anything. All right. Didn't really make it more funny, but let's go from there. So it's saying, do you like these hooks? Yes, I'm good.
I like some of
All right.
them.
Now check this out. So yes, I'm good. I like these hooks. Now it's going to create the script. So I built this deal to actually create the full script for you guys. So it's going to say, it's building it out here. So the first one is your roof ready for the next storm? Discover our quick and affordable solutions. So show a dark clouds and a stormy weather approaching the house. You're going to say, is your roof ready for the next storm? Cut. Smiling. So you just literally read this freaking script and then send it to your VA, send it to anyone, and they're going to do the video sexiness, because we know us contractors can't do that, right? They're going to do the video sexiness and they're going to make it happen, right? Every one of these. Boom. Here's the script. Here's the script. Here's the script. Can you add another one? Can you make it funny? Can you make it stupid? Can you show me an example? Hey, what about this one? Can you create an image for number 6? ChatGPT is not always excellent at images, but I just want to show you the power of this deal here. Let it finish and then we'll do it. Can you create me an image for number 6?
What was number 6?
I don't even know. I just made it up. So number 6, our roofs stand the test of time. Just ask your neighbors in Searcy. So show a neighborhood of well-maintained roofs. Our roofs stand the time. Happy neighbors waving, showing themselves. Like, this is really simple stuff. It doesn't have to be complex, right? And so boom, this is going to be a weird image. Can you make a new one with less people or whatever the case may be, right? The deal here, guys, is start posting. Start being a presence. And today's technology, dude, man, it can be so freaking simple, right? So if you want this chat GPT, just text me personally. I just put my cell phone up here. 501-588-2290. If you just text me branding or just say, hey, Jason, it's literally my phone number. I'll text back this PDF. And in this PDF, you'll have the link to the chat GPT and just answer the questions, right? Now, some of you guys, use your kids to do this. Like, don't even do it. Man, if I had a 12-year-old or a 10-year-old son, how funny would that be if my 10-year-old son just acted as me? It was like, do you want me to come replace your roof? But like was legit and just read these prompts. And then I give him $5 every time. My 10-year-old son would crush it at that, right? And oh, by the way, 10 is old. Like, you can get 6, 7, 8-year-olds. As long as they can read, they can do this, right? And so, man, I don't feel comfortable. That's weird. That's whatever. Get an intern, get an associate, get your receptionist, get your office. Doesn't really matter. But you got to be creating content, and it needs to be actual people in your community, in your work, in your family creating it, and it will take you to a whole nother freaking level. So yeah, that's what we got today, guys.
I love that idea. I just texted you, JC. I want that.
Oh, okay. I love it, man. I'll text everybody.
I mean, I'm gonna mess around with that tonight. That was really cool. I love the hooks. It's so simple. And what JC said, one thing, you guys can take so much away from this, but a guy in a small town in Arkansas, he can go do $1 million. He can go do 2 roofs a week for free, just off a lot of these ideas. And then everybody does $1 million. They want to get to 5 million. And then those are things where JC Height SEO can take you to the next level. JC, what about your Instagram or Facebook? A lot of people, I know when I find somebody really interesting, I go straight to their social
Yeah.
media. I want to go down that rabbit
Yeah.
hole. YouTube, whatever you have. If you tell us, we'll put it in the comments,
Yeah.
or you can tell us.
JC Height. I'm everywhere. JC Height, and you can on Instagram, YouTube, wherever you want to find me, right? And there's gonna be seasons when we got to I don't know, 5 million in revenue across the board in our companies. I started slowing down just because I wanted to spend more time with my family. I wish I didn't, to be frank. Now I'm really focused on my podcast, which is called the Committed Podcast. I'll release today my podcast with Willie and Corey Robertson. My wife and I interviewed them, but John Maxwell, Kevin Harrington, all those guys. And but branding is where it starts, right? We're going to be talking about SEO, PPC, Facebook ads, landing pages, marketing. I'm going to try to teach you guys how to do it as much on your own as possible. Some of you will need an agency, but a lot of you won't. And so I'm going to teach you guys as much as possible the weeks, but it all starts with the branding, and it all will be compounded by the brand that you guys put together.
Very good, man. Very good. I learned
JC,
so much from this episode.
Yeah, this was great today. I love it. I want to go mess around with that. What do you think will go on next week? Same time, same back channel?
Same
What are we
time,
gonna
same
talk-
back channel. I think next week we're going to continue to do a little bit of foundational work. But I want to teach you guys how Google operates and works. It's so freaking confusing. Digital marketers make it more confusing. I'm going to give you 2 or 3 analogies so that you're going to walk away and be like, that makes total sense. Now I get it. And you're going to understand the framework of how Google operates and how Facebook and Instagram operate. And once you know the frameworks, just like everything else, guys, like, you know, you go talk to someone who isn't a plumber and they're like, man, I have no idea how to fix this toilet. Yeah. Some of us walk in and we know how they operate. We know how they function. We can fix something we've never even seen in like 30 minutes because we understand the engineering of how it works, right? So I really like to understand how things are built and work and function, because then I can go at it in my own way, right?
Yep.
I
Good
love,
stuff.
last thing, I love your analogy about the gym and guys who kind of just go in there and lift weights that you don't know what their diet. We all seen guys in the gym or people, and they look the same month after month, year after year. And then some people have massive gains. But when guys come in and they say, hey, I'm doing social media, it's not working, I always go look at their social media. And I basically, first of all, they have like 1 post this year.
Yep.
And it's usually just not a lot of effort. But if somebody did this, they're gonna get engagement. Social media works. All these things work. You just have to do it, and then you have to stick to it.
Yeah, I mean, consistency. I look at, like, there's in the scalable stability framework that we teach, the outer edge here is motivation, education, and execution. And so, and these things work either right or left. So you guys are motivated, you're taking the time to watch this video, you're getting educated, now you got to go execute. And the thing is if you execute, you'll get more motivated, which will make you want to learn more, which will make you want to execute more. However, to be frank, a lot of people watching this won't execute. So what do they end up doing, Kevin? Now they get less motivated. Like, I didn't do it. Man, I failed that.
Yep.
So now they're less motivated. They don't want to learn more. They spend more time. And so it's all about getting this momentum going around. I'm learning a ton from Blue Collar, from these guys, from Chris, from Kevin, from everyone involved. I'm learning a ton, but you got to execute, which will then create that motivation to keep the cycle rolling.
So
JC,
good,
it was
man.
awesome having you on today. We'll see you next week, 12 o'clock. We got to
All
set
right.
up a call with you on something else. We'll talk to you soon.
All right, guys.
Thank you.
See you guys.